TurnCloud is proud to announce the addition of patient self-scheduling. The purpose of this video is to provide a demonstration and a walkthrough on the simple setup steps involved to enable patient self-scheduling. This tool is free to use and requires very little setup to get up and running. Let's get started. Firstly, a brief explanation of this feature. TurnCloud's self-scheduling feature will provide a link to place on your practice's website or provide elsewhere, allowing both new and existing patients to schedule a visit on your calendar with little to no interaction required. Once scheduled, the visit will appear on your clinic's calendar and trigger appointment reminders according to your settings. The setup couldn't be simpler. First, log into TurnCloud. Once logged in, go to the Administration section, followed by Online Calendar on the left, which I now have selected. Once opened, you'll see a section in the middle for your appointment configuration, your online calendar settings, as well as a spot to generate the online portal URL. Let's cover the appointment configuration. The purpose of this section is to determine which of your internal visit types are visible to a patient scheduling using the self-scheduling function. Meaning, if I have visit types that I don't necessarily want a patient to see, I can choose to hide or make visible the ones that they should see, in addition to configuring which providers are able to be selected for which visits and choose a default duration. To configure your visits, select the pencil to the right of a given visit on the line, choose a default duration for that visit, choose the providers that are able to be selected or requested for that visit. Select if it is active or not. This is the option that makes visible or hides this from a particular patient in the self-scheduling. In addition to that, you may choose one visit to be the default that will pre-populate the visit type when a patient is scheduling a visit, and they can otherwise change it from there. Once you have a visit configured to your liking, select Update. And you're going to repeat that process for the remaining visits until those visits are configured based on your preference. Next, over to the right, we have the online calendar settings. Go ahead and input your preferred visit buffer time. This value represents the minimum amount of time allowable between visits being scheduled. In other words, if you select 15 minutes, no visit may be scheduled within 15 minutes or less of another visit on your calendar. This is only related to the patient self-scheduling. This does not affect your ability to schedule however you want within the internal TurnCloud calendar. The purpose of this is to allow for a little bit of extra time between visits in case you occasionally go long. From here, input your time ahead value. This value represents how soon, by days, a patient can schedule a visit. In other words, if you input number 1, a patient can schedule as soon as tomorrow. If 7 is the inputted value, the soonest a patient could schedule a visit is a week out, and so on. Once your options are configured, don't forget to select Save Changes to lock those options in. Finally, when you're ready, click Get URL. TurnCloud will now generate a URL that can be used to point patients to the self-scheduling feature. This is the URL that you are going to subsequently go to your practice website or technically provide anywhere you want to your patients for them to click on and it lead them that way. That part is up to you based on how you manage your websites and where you're going to place this URL. Now let's look at this process from the patient's perspective. By selecting the URL provided, a patient will be taken here. Whether they are a new patient or an existing patient is going to depend on the process they follow from here. If they're a brand new patient that has never logged into this before, they're going to select Register, input their email, desired password, and register. This will send a basic link to the email selected. Once they've confirmed their email, they may log in. Existing patients, on the other hand, will already have an email and password and can simply log in with their credentials like so. Once a patient is logged in, this will display their appointments dashboard. This is going to show any and all visits that they've scheduled, past or future. If they would like to schedule a new visit, they're going to go up to the top right and select Book Appointment. at which point they'll be presented with the visit list, which was tailored by your settings. Select a desired provider, of which this list again is populated by the settings we discussed. And they can input a phone number or any other additional details needed. From here, we click Next. It's going to display all the days and available times only. This does not allow double booking. Once a patient settles on a day and time that they prefer, they simply select it, review the details, and confirm. They'll be told it's been booked successfully, and they are all set. That visit is then going to appear on your TurnCloud calendar, and any appointment reminder settings you have set up or intake settings will automatically apply.